love the things you own. You never want anything bad to happen to them. That's why you get insurance. But old insurance kinda sucks.
What's going on, everybody? David here, back with another live stream, Travel, Explore, Cook Live. So I just wanted to come on. I know it's Sunday. It's not a normal day for me to do live streams, but decided to come on today and just talk a little bit with you guys. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Chase Sapphire Reserve compared to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I get this question asked all the time, like, which card should you get? The Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Chase Sapphire Preferred? And I'll give you my input when it comes down to it. I think, yeah, I'll give you my input. I'll just put it out there. But I want to know what you guys think. That's the major reason that I put it out there. Also, let's go ahead and get a. Let's see if I can do. Oh God, I always get confused on how to get to the community page on here. I wanted to do a poll. So let's see if we can pull that up. See if it will come up for us. Now you guys are in the room, just let me know you're here just by giving me a thumbs up, a happy face, a hello. Just give me something so I can give you guys a shout out. I will be going and doing shout outs for everyone that's in the chat room right now. So let's see. Why do I always forget how to do this? There's just so many different things so many different sections of YouTube. I always forget how to find this little community, and I don't use this community thing very often. So I'm gonna start using it a lot, though. That's the plan, because I really like how you can do polls on here, and I'm always curious to know what people think. So let's see, where is it? It's not there. Maybe it's here. And let me know if everything is okay, if you can hear me, the audio is fine, all that, just let me know. And I really appreciate that yesterday, because that was terrible. I had to edit all that out. So if you check the video now, it's all gone, that whole first part. And it takes a while. I don't know why now when you edit, like if I cut a piece out of the video, it takes a long time for it to like render it. It took pretty much probably 3 or 4 hours for it to render. So that's kind of the norm. How do I pull that up? Now I can't find it. I know it's on here somewhere. All right, we might just have to go past that. Let's see, where is it? They don't really make things. I'll try one other spot and see if I can find it here. So yeah, as you guys are in here, just let me know you're here just by saying what's up, and we are going to get started momentarily as soon as I can find the right button. Community, but that's not what I need. That button seems like it should just be here somewhere, easy to find. You know what? If I go to the old. Skip that. No. Comments. There it is. See, it's easier to find. They're switching over from an older version of the studio, that's what you go in to find all the information you need as far as like the analytics and stuff. So they're switching it over now from that to a newer version. And now that they're doing that, a lot of this stuff is in different places. And this doesn't look familiar either. All right, no poll today. I need to figure it out. Once I figure out how to pull it up, then I'll then we'll have it. I don't know. I can't figure it out. I thought I was on the right tab, but it doesn't look like I am. All right. We'll just bypass that. I would imagine most people like the Chase Sapphire Reserve anyway. Okay, let's go ahead and give some shout outs. And if I can figure it out later, then I'll do it. I don't want to spend too much time looking for that. It's something I want to start doing with the newer videos that I put out, but I just don't see it right now. So, all right. So shout outs. David, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. And let's see here. Scott, what's going on? Altered Illusions, what's going on? Gage, how you doing? Rashad, what's going on, buddy? Michael, what's going on? And Nate and Jess, how you doing? Flashpoint Capital, what's up, brother? Hey, I was meaning to hit you up earlier today. We got to talk. I don't know if we're doing the show tomorrow or not, because I haven't talked to you. So, yeah, I will hit you up after. Well, hopefully you're still up. Yeah, hopefully you're still up when I end the show. But we're not gonna be on that long today, so I'll jump in and try to see if I can reach out to you. Hip, what's going on? Jessica, how you doing? Sierra, what's going on? Nice to see you. Brian, what's up? Joe, what's up? And Jay Hill, what's going on? Vic, what's going on? Mies, what's going on? Let's see. Julio, what's up, man? Will, what's up? Thirsty Lion, what's going on? Anthony, how you doing? And I think that rounds it out. Cool, cool. Thank you guys all for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And if you could do me a favor, just hit the like button so we can promote this out to more and more people. We'll get started momentarily with the discussion. And maybe I should I'll do a brief overview of each card. That way, if you are new and don't know anything about the Chase Sapphire cards, you'll at least have an idea of what you're getting into if you were to get one of the cards. So we'll do that. So we'll pull up the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and then we'll do a quick little review of both. Let's see, Chase Sapphire. Oh. All right. I think these are, I don't like that site. Oh, you know what? They're side by side. This is perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these. So we have the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Now, these cards are very popular. A lot of people, when you're getting started out, usually they will look at Chase first because Chase has a rule, 524 rule. It's an unwritten rule, but it's still a rule for the most part. I say it's unwritten because they haven't like formally announced this is our rule, but most people have figured it out now, and Chase is not denying it. So basically, you can open 5 new accounts within 24 months. So, and that's any account. It's not just Chase, it's any account. So that a lot of people will jump on Chase first, get those cards first, because American Express, they don't have a 524 rule. Citi doesn't have a 524 rule. So you want to get the Chase cards first, build that ecosystem up, and then move into American Express or move into Citi or move into Capital One. So that's generally how people go. But I always get asked the question, which one should I get? And initially, let's go over the cards, and then I'll give you my opinion. I know I keep saying that. I want to talk about it, like I just want to get it out there, but let's look at the cards first. So Chase Sapphire Reserve right now, you have a 60,000 sign-up bonus, so that's pretty good. Compared to Chase Sapphire Reserve, it's going to be a 50,000 sign-up bonus. So after spending $4,000 within the first 3 months, that's when you get that 60,000 sign-up bonus. And for the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're also spending $4,000 or you also need to spend $4,000 within the first 3 months. So pretty comparable. I'm interested. I mean, it's interesting. The Chase Sapphire Reserve is a top-tier card. Chase Sapphire Preferred is not a top-tier card, but the minimum spend on both cards are the same. And the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you get 60,000 compared to the Chase Sapphire Reserve where you're getting 50,000. So very interesting that's an interesting strategy. Don't know why it's like that. Don't know why they did that. I would think I could see the Chase Sapphire Reserve being $4,000 for the first 3 months, but the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I would think it should be like $3,000. That sounds more fair to me. But I guess with the 60,000 sign-up bonus, they're probably saying, yeah, we're pushing the envelope here, so we want to. I mean, the sign-up bonus is better, so that's why we can say that's why I think they feel it's safer to have 4,000 as opposed to 3,000, just because of the sign-up bonus. I don't know, just a little weird. All right, now let's look at the earn possibility. That's where this card doesn't compare with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So you're going to get 2 points for every dollar spent on travel worldwide. You notice they put worldwide on there in big letters because that is in your face pretty much to the American Express Gold, although the American Express Gold, they've changed. So now their restaurants are worldwide, whereas before it wasn't restaurants worldwide and grocery stores, it wasn't grocery stores still isn't worldwide. But you notice how they do that. I think that's interesting. And then you're going to get 2 points for every dollar spent at restaurants worldwide. So there you go, 25%. So you get 25% more. Basically what that means is you have 60,000 points, and I think they lay it out here. So you have 60,000 points. You get 25% more if you're using the portal, so that will be the equivalent of $750. So that is what that 25% more means. Now, for me, honestly, I very rarely. Actually, as of right now, I have never used the portal. I go on the portal, I'll look for deals, but I don't use the portal. I transfer my points over. So I'll transfer it over to Hyatt, I'll transfer it over to United, and you can get the best value if you do that. But if you need, if you can't be flexible, use the portal, because the portal it's Expedia. You're just going on there, you're just typing in your information, and it will tell you, it will spit out all the different airlines that you can fly on. They don't have to be partners or anything like that. So it's easier to use the portal, but you can get more value if you go through the transfer partners. In most situations, you can get better value. Now, there are some situations where you can get better value going through the portal. So that's why I look. So I'll always go in there and look just to see. I don't want to miss out on anything, so I go to look just to see what's out there. But I have always used the transfer partners. Okay, $95 annual fee, and that's not waived the first year. It used to be waived. They've changed that now, so they're not waiving it anymore. All right, looking at the Chase Sapphire Reserve, we already looked at the minimum spend there. So looking at the earn possibility, 3 points for every dollar spent on travel worldwide, and immediately after earning $300 annual travel credit. So, so basically what they're saying is, you get the travel credit. Once you get the travel credit, then you'll get the 3 points for every dollar spent. Yeah, that's when that'll will kick in to how, what am I trying to think here? That's when it will kick in. There you go. Okay, 3 points for every dollar spent on dining restaurants worldwide, and then you're going to get 50% more. So you see, with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you get 25% more. With the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're going to get 50% more. So if I'm using the travel portal, it helps out. And so looking at, if you're using the travel portal, this 60,000, you see the equivalency, they're the same. So 750 value, 750 value there. So if you're using the portal, it's going to be the same, even though you only have 50,000 points compared to the 25 or 50,000 points compared to the 60,000 points that the Chase Sapphire Preferred offers. So you get the $300 annual travel credit. Now they're pretty loose with this travel credit. It goes a long way. So there are a lot of different things that you can use this travel credit for. What I love about Chase, or the Chase Sapphire Reserve, is that their travel credit, there are no loopholes. I don't have to take any extra steps in order to use it. I don't have to declare my airline for the year in order to get this travel credit. And so it just makes it simple. And honestly, I don't even think about it. At the beginning of the year, I get the travel credit. I just start booking my trips and stuff like that. It'll just come off. That's I don't even. There's no strategy when it comes down to it for me using that, because it's that easy. Like I don't have to do anything. I just book my hotel stay. Oh, there's $300 credit. There it is. Okay, complimentary priority pass. So this is really good for people who travel a lot. So if you travel, I travel usually 3 to 4 times per year, and I use this priority pass lounge all the time. Like, the lounge access is really good, especially if you have a layover. So if I'm flying into another airport and I have to be there for 3 or 4 hours, this is perfect. I can go into a lounge, I can relax. Some of the lounges have showers, so if I want to take a shower, I can do that. They all have snacks and stuff like that in there, and they'll have water, and most of them will have alcohol. So you can just kind of unwind, just relax, and not have to worry about anything. Or I shouldn't say not have to worry about anything, but it's a lot less stressful than being in the terminal. And like I said yesterday, when it comes down to it, some of these lounges will have air conditioning that you can feel. But if you're in the regular terminal, some airports, you can't, either they don't have AC on or you can't feel the AC. I like to have air on me. So I'm always in the lounge if possible. Okay, $450 annual fee. So that's your annual fee there, $450. If you want to have an authorized user, it's $75 for that. So that's pretty much, those are both the cards there. I just wanted to kind of do a brief little overview, and then we'll talk a little bit now just about both cards, because I think, and I've always said this, the Chase Sapphire Reserve is a great card for travelers, but the Chase, well, the way I look at it is you're going to have to plan this out and think about it. And I talked to you about how Will Schroep, he has a channel, so check his channel out, Will Schroep. He talks about travel reward credit cards. And we had a discussion, and he was just telling me, hey, you know what, if you're not planning on traveling tomorrow, if you're going to wait a year, and you already know you're going to wait a year, it doesn't hurt to get the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Get the Chase Sapphire Preferred, get that sign-up bonus, 60,000 instead of the 50,000, and don't use the points. So you're just going to earn the sign-up bonus, have those points sitting in your account, use the card for a year, and then after that year, 366 days, I guess you can say, then you can qualify, and I shouldn't say you can, you might be able to qualify to get the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And just when I say get it, I mean upgrade to it. You're not going to get the sign-up bonus, but you can still upgrade to it. And those points can go with you. So you'll have those points in your Chase Sapphire Reserve, and then automatically, you hear how we were talking about 25% more becomes 50% more. So right out of the gate, you'll have more points than you would have gotten with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So that is a strategy. So if you already know, and I had a friend that wanted to get a travel credit card. She ended up getting the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is before this is before, like, I think it was 50,000 for the Chase Sapphire Preferred at the time. And she wanted to know, like, which card should I get? She wasn't getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve. She's not, she wasn't going that route. I couldn't talk her into that. But the Chase Sapphire Preferred, she got the card, and she didn't have any plans on traveling for, I think, another year, a year and a half. She just wanted to kind of get things in place. So that's why she got the card. But if you're like that, you're not planning on traveling anytime soon, Chase Sapphire Preferred is not a bad option. But I always recommend getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve if this is something that you want to do long term, because ultimately you're going to get that Chase Sapphire Reserve anyway. And so go ahead and get it started. If you plan on using that card, you'll be earning at 3 points per dollar compared to 2 points per dollar if you have the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So it doesn't hurt to just jump in and get that Chase Sapphire Reserve if you can handle it. You need to have, the credit limit has to be 10,000 or more. So that is the cutoff. Like Chase Sapphire Reserve, it's or Chase Sapphire Preferred, it's 5,000, the credit limit. So if you don't have any credit cards right now that get you 5,000, that gets you 10,000, then you might need to try to figure out if you will qualify for the card. So if you already have credit cards and you have a credit limit of at least 10,000, then you'll probably be okay in that category. And they're going to look at your FICO score and your overall income and all that. But I'm just saying that's one of the things that they look at. And they will, in certain situations, move your money around. If, let's say, you have some Chase credit cards already, they'll move your money around to get you to that 10,000 because that's what you need to qualify. So just something to think about. But looking at both cards, I used to really like the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I don't like it anymore. I don't. There are other cards that are out there right now that are better than the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So I really can't recommend it unless you just don't want to spend that $450 and you want to have a Chase card. You want to start with the Chase ecosystem. Then maybe it's a good option. But I just don't. Yeah, I don't see a real good reason to get it, other than the fact that you're getting the 60,000 points, and if you are planning to wait a year, you get the 60,000 points, and then you can get the Chase Sapphire Reserve and then just transfer them up. That's the only strategy that I see when it comes to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I don't see any other strategy, any other reason to get it. Now, with both cards, $95 annual fee, $450 annual fee, if you use the card, you will be able to get that value every year. So the Chase Sapphire Reserve, $450 annual fee, you get the $300 travel credit. If you use the card at all, use it for restaurants, use it for travel, and like I said, you want to be in a situation, if you're getting the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you want to be in a situation where you travel at least 3 to 4 times per year. If you are, then you'll get the value. You can get the value with the restaurant credits. go to with Priority Pass. Use a Priority Pass restaurant credit. You're going to get $28 every time that you go to the restaurants that are the approved restaurants for Priority Pass. So you can get it there. You can get it just by going into the lounge, getting some snacks and stuff like that. I value that at $7-8 each time that you go into a lounge. So that's good. You also get it just by using the card. So just look over long term. So let's say you get 3 points for every dollar spent, the top category, and 1 point for every dollar spent on all other purchases. So let's get in the middle there, 2 points for every dollar spent on average, right? So in a year's time, if you spend 20,000, let's say you spend 20,000 on your credit card, the way that I use my credit cards, every purchase goes on my credit card, and I pay it off every 2 weeks. I usually check it every week just to make sure that I'm not spending too much. I'm really on it when it comes to the credit cards. So I don't use my debit card anymore. I only use my credit cards. And so at the end of the year, yes, 20,000 is probably not a high number. Well, it's not a high number for me, I know, but for most people, if you're using your credit card only, it shouldn't be. And this is like my daily driver, my Chase Sapphire Reserves daily driver. I use that card for I use it pretty much everything. I will use my business cards here and there depending on what I'm purchasing, but for the most part, it's the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And then on occasion, I'll use the World of Hyatt card, but that's it. I have the United Explorer card, the business version. I don't use that card at all. The only time I'll use it is when I'm paying for my taxes and fees, so I can get the free check bag and the priority boarding. So Chase Sapphire Reserve that's the majority of my spend. And if I spend 20,000 in a year, then we're looking at 2 points for every dollar spent. Then we're looking at 40,000 points, which is the equivalent. You just saw there the equivalent of the worst case scenario. Just points is equivalent of $400, which is $400 plus the $300 travel credit. I'm already at $700 in money that I can, that I've gotten from the card. And so you can easily get that. Chase Sapphire Preferred, same thing, $95 annual fee. Now you don't have Priority Pass. There's certain things you don't have with that card, so you have to take that in consideration. So you just spending on that card, you'll be fine. If you're using the card for spend, you'll be able to hit the $95 annual fee. It's not hard to do. With the card, just by using the card. So other things too, both cards have primary car rental insurance, which is good. So if you rent a car, you can use this credit card, use either of those credit cards, and you will have primary insurance. So you don't have to use your personal insurance. You don't have to get the insurance with the auto, with the wherever you're renting your car. You don't have to do that. You can just use your credit card, and it's in there. It's part of their travel insurance benefit, one of their travel insurance benefits. So no foreign transaction fees on either of the cards, and then you have that one-to-one transfer, which is really important. So if I'm transferring my points from the Chase Sapphire Preferred, so from the Ultimate Rewards program to United, it's 1-to-1. If I'm transferring it to JetBlue, it's 1-to-1. If I'm transferring it to Hyatt, it's 1-to-1. So when I say 1-to-1, you don't lose any value. You have to be careful. Like Capital One they just started getting these transfer partners. People get all excited about, they have transfer partners, but you have to make sure when you're transferring 1-to-1. They have a lot of transfer partners that you're not transferring points 1-to-1. So you might get a situation where you transfer 50,000 points over to one of their transfer partners, and it turns into 25,000 points. So you want to be careful when it comes to that. But Chase is 1-to-1, so that's good. All right, and okay, so I want to go in the chat because I know people have opinions about this, so I want to find out what people are saying. Now, the people that are in the room, please hit the like button so we can bring some more people in. We have about 45 people in here, and we're at about 21 likes. So the more likes we get, the more YouTube will promote it, and the more people will join the fun. Okay, and our goal here, 50,000 likes. That's what I like to hit, because that will really allow allow YouTube to know. Sometimes it takes a little bit of pushing when it comes to for them to start promoting. So 50 likes generally will get the message sent to them. Okay. All right. Altered Illusions, he's asking me what's my drink of choice. Or what's my choice drink? I don't drink alcohol very often. Very, very rarely do I drink alcohol, but if it is, it's going to be rum and Coke. That's usually what I'll drink. But like I said, yeah, it's very. If I go on vacation and I go to a club or something like that, or go to a restaurant, I might have. I usually like to at least drink the local beer, just to taste it. But for the most part, yeah, I'm not a big drinker. Never been. So, yeah. But rum and Coke is one of the drinks I can drink that, not all day, but that's when I'm eating a meal. Rum and Coke is good. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Chase Sapphire. Okay, so Michael's saying Chase Sapphire Reserve is a good card. Let's see. Chase Sapphire Reserve is a good card. It all depends on if the global entry and priority pass will make it worthwhile. Okay. Otherwise, gonna make up the annual fee if you're using the portal enough. Okay. So yeah, those are good points that Michael has. So yeah, like I said, travel. Chase Sapphire Reserve is travel. If you travel, that's a good card. If you don't travel, it's not going to be a good card for you, because a lot of the benefits that card offers, you're not going to be able to use. And so you're spending a $450 annual fee. You do get a $300 travel credit, which can be used for a lot of different things. So I can use it for taxis. I can use it for Uber. I can use it for things like that. But airport lounge access, like if I want to get the lounge access, if I don't travel, I'm not going to use that. Restaurant credits at airports, I'm not going to be using that. So there are a lot of different things that you won't be using if you don't travel. So you want to make sure that you are the type of person that travels at least 3 to 4 times per year. Even if it's domestic, even if you're just traveling from one city to the next, you can still take advantage of the restaurant credits. You can still take advantage of the lounges. So, and rental car insurance, you can still take advantage of that if you rent cars. I usually don't rent cars when I'm outside of the country, but if I do travel within the country, I will usually rent a car. So I always use that. When I went to Hawaii, we rented a car. I used my Chase Sapphire Reserve, and I was able to get that primary insurance. Okay, let's see. All right, guys, let's move on down. Questions specifically for me, just put at TEC, and I'll make sure I address those questions. And let's see. Okay. And tonight's topic, Vic, we're just talking about the Chase Sapphire Reserve compared to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Which card should you get? So that is the topic for tonight. Okay, so Michael's saying just on points alone through the portal, got to use 38,000 points alone in the portal to justify the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Of course, that does not take into account the difference in travel insurance. Yes. So, and like I said, the portal for me, I look at it from time to time. I'm just going to say that. I don't use the portal. I'm doing when you really want to get the best value, especially if you want to travel business class or first class. And this is my take on the whole business class, first class thing is compared to economy. Some people swear by, I'm flying economy. I'm not going to fly business class, first class. The way that I look at it, I can always fly economy. I'll pay for that seat. But I don't have very many opportunities to fly business class, first class, paying for it. Well, I can't see myself ever paying for a business class or first class seat unless it's like a real short haul flight. But that's usually just it's not anything that's special, right? It's just an extra large seat, and it's like a 45-minute or hour flight. So you're not really getting a meal or anything like that. So when it comes down to it, when I can really, truly take advantage of business class, first class, if it's a 5-hour, 6-hour flight, then I'll use my points for it. Now, that's my strategy. My strategy is to use it for business class, first class. If I'm using my points for business class, first class, that's when you're gonna get the best value. For economy, yeah, if you use the portal for economy or transfer partners, you're probably gonna be. It's very close as far as what you're gonna get. But if you go with the you can't do the, well, you can do the travel portal and fly business class, first class, but you're going to need to use a lot of points. So it just makes sense to do the transfer partners when it comes down to it. So I don't look to the portal very often. I only look on there just to see if I might be missing something and I might have a better deal. But and if it is an economy seat and I want to use points, which I do. Like when I flew to Hawaii, I used points. It was economy. And I just upgraded the seat so I had more leg room. But I did look at the portal, and I ultimately just went with transferring the points over to United. Okay. All right, guys. So if you have questions, just let me know. Just put @TEC, and I will answer those questions for you. And I lost my place, so I need to find it. Let's go all the way back up here. Okay. Okay, wow, there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm gonna have to move relatively quickly. Anthony, what's going on? I don't know if I said what's up to you. Right, yeah, I think we're right here. So let's go ahead and move on down. Okay, I've been all about the Chase Sapphire Reserve for a while, but before I applied, I wound up deciding on the Ink Preferred. I already use my gold card for restaurants and groceries and only had one spot open for 524. Okay, so Vic, if you had one spot open for 524, then you're still good if you got the Chase Ink card. So you can still get the Chase Sapphire Reserve if you want. If I'm reading that correctly, if you said you have the Chase Ink Preferred, I already used my gold card for restaurants and grocery stores and only had one spot open for 524. So if your spot, you didn't increase. So if you got the Chase Ink Preferred, you did not increase a spot. Like you're still at wherever you were before. If you're at 424 before, then you're still at 424 and you can still get the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see. And Flashpoint saying we're good for tomorrow. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll hit you up, man. I'll hit you up about it because we have to figure out a time. I don't think we did. Actually, you can put it in the chat if you want, whatever time. I'm off tomorrow, so just let me know a time. Maybe we can promote it right now since we have everybody in the building. Okay, let's see here. Okay. All right, guys, any questions here? Let's see. Everybody's checking their points. So if you guys don't know, we do have a point system, and they're TEC points, and you'll use those points at the end of the month. So the last Saturday of the month, we're going to do a raffle giveaway. And I've already posted, I didn't post the giveaway is officially, the rules are officially up. So I've been working on this. I worked on this all day today. And let me pull up the link here. And I'll let you guys see. So you guys can just go in there. I'm still working on my website. I know I need to work on it. I've had this website for a while, but I wanted to change things up a little bit. And so I'm still working on it. But the rules are there. So I'll post a link. And I will have it in all my descriptions from here on out. So if you guys want to check out the rules, and then you can check out at the very bottom. The very bottom is probably the most important part because that shows you how many points you can earn. And I might change, or actually I don't even think I put it on there. I haven't decided how much each raffle ticket will cost, but and it's not actual money, okay? It's TEC points. You earn points by watching. So if you're watching, you're going to get 10 points for every 10 minutes that you watch. If you are new here, so anyone that's new, it's in the building right now, please subscribe to the channel. If you subscribe to the channel, you will get 50,000 TEC points. And then at the last Saturday of the month, that's when you'll be able to jump in the raffle, and we're gonna raffle off a $25 gift card. And so that's what we'll be doing for right now, the $25 gift card. In the future, we're gonna change, we'll do different things, but we'll start it off with a $25 gift card. Okay, so that's what people are doing, where you see the Streamlabs and then you're showing like leaderboard and points and all that stuff. That's what that's all about. So if you put exclamation point points, then Streamlabs will tell you how many points that you currently have. So it's a neat little cloud bot thing that I have working in the background there. Okay, life for business depends on all you spend. Okay, let's go ahead and move on down. All right, guys, so if any questions, just let me know. Okay. And if you guys are in here right now and you have not hit the like button, please do so we can bring some more people into the room. Wade, what's going on, buddy? All right. Okay, you guys having some really good discussions going on in here. That's cool. I really like to see that. All right. Reckless Rican, what's going on, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. He says 46 watching and only 21 likes. Yeah, so guys, hit the like button, please, if you have not done so. We have more likes now, but yeah, please hit the like button. And I say that, the reason I say that, I don't like bugging people by hitting the like button, but that just helps out. That helps out the channel as far as the promotion. So YouTube will just promote it and get more people in the room. Because I don't know I don't know how many likes they need in order to say, okay, let's promote it out to even more people, and then promote it out to more people. So during the live stream, you'll get a notification, or when you open up your, notifications go out to the subscribers, but when you open up your YouTube profile, then usually you'll have different people are live and all that stuff. Well, they will promote it out to people who aren't subscribers. So that's what they do there. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Michael's saying, I don't like cards that I can only get back the annual fee by spending money on stuff. Places I normally, or let's see, on stuff, places I would spend money, i.e. the Amex charge cards. So I think... So you're saying places where you wouldn't normally spend money. Now, I'll tell you my strategy when it comes down to credit cards, and I only get travel credit cards now. I don't do, I'll get travel credit cards, I'll get cashback cards too, but they have to complement the travel credit cards. So with Chase, you have the Chase Freedom card, Chase Freedom Unlimited, you have the Chase Ink Unlimited, you have the Chase Ink Cash card. Those are cashback cards, but they complement the travel credit cards. So if you have one of those, you have the Chase Ink Business Preferred, like they were talking about earlier, Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Sapphire Reserve. If you have one of those cards, then having the cashback cards, it's good because I can transfer those points up to those cards and then use those cards for travel. You can't use a Chase Freedom card for travel alone. It's a cashback card, so I can cash my points out if I want to do that. I wouldn't recommend it if you like to travel. Just have one of the top tier cards, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, Chase Ink Preferred, Chase Sapphire Reserve, and then you can just do a transfer. Just transfer the points up to there. And then you get more value too. When you transfer it up, you get 25% more if on the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and then on the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you get 50% more. All right, let's see here. But my strategy... Yeah, what was I saying? What were we talking about? Oh, my strategy. I don't spend any money. My spending habits don't change. Okay, so I don't care what cards you have, your spending habits shouldn't change. If you're using a debit card, cash is cash, right? Or a credit card. My spending habits don't change. I'm not spending outside of my means. So I'm not, just because I have a credit card, I'm not going out there spending more money than what I'm bringing in, or more money than I have in my bank account. As a matter of fact, I'm constantly checking my bank account to make sure that I'm not overspending when it comes to credit cards, because my biggest fear is to not be able to pay it off at the end of the month. That's my biggest fear. So that's why I do it every 2 weeks, because I can take chunks out every 2 weeks, and I know I'm not going to get to that point where I've let's say I spent $4,000 in a month and it's like, oh wow, and I can't pay it all off. So I don't want to be there. That's why I'm always checking it, and I'm always paying it off every 2 weeks. So that's my routine. We all have our own little styles of doing things, but because I have a credit card doesn't mean like, oh, I can just go ahead and spend this and I don't have to worry about it for another month. That's not how I think. I'm using it just like a debit card. So just like when you have your debit card and you say, oh, or you're in a store and you're going to purchase something, and you think, what's the first thing you think of if you're using your debit card? Do I have money in the bank? Because if you don't have the money in the bank, it's not going to go through. So, or it might go through, but your bank is, I mean, it's not going to go through the bank. So I always make sure that I have the money. And if it's a large purchase, I don't have any like impulse buys. I don't do that. So if it's a purchase, let's say I buy a lot of camera equipment for the show and also for my photography business. So I always plan, like I know exactly how much money I have. That's all planned out. And I make sure it's in the bank already before I use my credit card. So that is my routine. I've been doing that ever since I started getting these cards, because that was my biggest fear. And that's the reason why because I've only been doing the travel credit card stuff for 3 years. Prior to that, I was afraid of credit cards. I'm like, I had a couple of bad experiences already with credit cards when I was younger in college, and when they were just throwing them out at you like candy. And so I was afraid of credit cards. And so when the whole travel credit card stuff, when I started looking into that, I was really concerned, like, how am I going to be able to do this? Like, is this something that, is it worth it? Was my question. Because obviously you see people traveling and they talk about, oh, I use points and frequent flyer miles and all this stuff. But my whole thing was, is it worth it to get a credit card? And even before I got started, I would look at it like this. Oh, I'm only going to get 2 points for every dollar spent. Like, I have to spend a lot of dollars. Like, that's in my head. I'm thinking I have to spend a lot of dollars in order to get any amount of points. Like, how much are these points really worth? What can I do with these points? And so when I started seeing that you can only do so much with the points, then that's when I was like, I don't know. Is this really worth it? Like, is it worth it to get these points? But I wasn't thinking long term. And I wasn't thinking I'm going to use my credit card in place of my debit card. At that time, I was just thinking, okay, well, I hit the sign-up bonus, and then I'll use, and I was still in this mind frame, I'll use my credit card for large purchases. That's what I was thinking. But I wasn't thinking every day, like, oh, I go to the grocery store, I use my credit card. Oh, I go to a restaurant to eat, I use my credit card. And so I wasn't thinking along those lines. I was just thinking, okay, I'll use it for certain things, but I'm not going to use it for everything. But when I got it in my head that, yeah, you need to change the way you work. When it comes to debit cards, no longer use the debit card. Use your credit card, and then just pay it off every 2 weeks. So when that started clicking, then I started realizing, okay, I can earn a lot of points. In a year's time, I'm going to earn a lot of points because I'm using my card for all of my purchases. So it's just you need to change the way you do things. Now, I will say it's not for everyone. Credit cards, especially travel credit cards, they are not for everyone. And if you are one of those people, and you know yourself, if you're one of those people that you have impulse buys, you don't want to go through those extra little steps to balance your bank, your bank account and all that stuff, then credit cards aren't for you. They just aren't. And I would not recommend them for people like that. But if you've had credit cards in the past and you're okay with it and you can pay your bills off on time, then you're fine. I don't see any problem with that. And this just adds to it. The reward points just adds to your overall ability to travel, because now you have points that you can use and you don't have to save as much money. And like now I can save money, and that money stays in my savings account. It doesn't come out for my trips. My trips are usually points, and that's primarily it. And I know people say, well, why do you go to Colombia all the time? Why do you go to Colombia all the time? One, the first thing, it's cheap. Colombia is cheap. Now, flying out there, you'll pay a little bit, but if you're using points, if you're using points, then you're not paying anything for that. Airbnbs, I usually stay at Airbnb when I go to Colombia. $25, $30, and this is for a whole apartment. Very, very inexpensive. Food out there, very inexpensive. I think I mentioned this yesterday. You can easily eat on $5. You sit down, have a meal, $5 or $6, and we're talking like at a restaurant. Sit down, nice meal. I love avocados. It's funny, but I love avocados, and avocados are like, what would that be compared to out here because I know like California, avocados are like $3 an avocado. In Colombia, they give you a whole slice, a whole half of avocado with every meal. And it's like, God, it's like rice or something out here. It's a staple that you have on your plate. Anytime you eat anything, that's on your plate. And so, yeah, they have plenty of avocados, and I love avocados. So anyway, but it's very inexpensive. So that's one of the reasons that I like traveling there, because the quality of life, or the quality of like on vacation, you have all the amenities that you would have in the U.S., but it's like I think Brian said this in our WhatsApp group. Everything is 70% off. So when you touch down, everything is 70% off. So just think of it along those lines. So if you went somewhere and everything was 70% off, that's Colombia. So anyway, I don't want to talk too much about Colombia because I can talk for days about that. But when it comes to travel credit cards, yes, you need to change the way that you spend. If you really want to maximize, you really want to earn a lot of points every year. And so some people have different strategies where they just want to get the sign-up bonuses, and that's their strategy. They get a card, get the sign-up bonus. Get another card, get the sign-up bonus. Get another card, get the sign-up bonus, and just earn all these points that way by getting sign-up bonuses. That's not my style. My style is more strategic in the sense that I want to get cards that I need, and I want to use those cards every month and earn points with those cards. And then at the end of the year, then I will have earned plenty of points for the next year, and then keep doing that. And so that's what I've been doing. So I already know, like, I've been using my cards, so I'll already have earned points that I can use for next year with the spending that I'm doing right now. All right, let's see here. All right, if I missed a question, I apologize. It looks like I can't remember where I left off, and I'm like in the middle here, and I'm not sure. Yeah, no, okay, we didn't. Okay, this is all new. Okay, so David saying, I don't like cards where at the minimum you have to spend $5,000 just to make back the annual fee. Okay, well, and that's fair. That's fair. But like I said, spending habits, if you change your spending habits, $5,000 is nothing. It really isn't. Over a year's time, it's nothing. And that's what we should be looking at, a year's time, right? The annual fee you pay every year. So in a year's time, if I spend $5,000 on a card to hit that minimum spend, not hit the minimum spend, but to hit the annual fee, I don't see that as being a problem. Like, that's something that I would normally do. Now, like I said, I'm not going out of the way to spend that $5,000. I'm doing all my normal spend. When I leave here right now, I'll probably go get something to eat. I'm using my credit card. Tomorrow morning, when I wake up and I go to the grocery store and I get groceries, I use my credit card. So everything that I purchase, I'm using my credit card. So over time, I'll easily go over 5,000, 10,000. Usually, I mean, and you can check, that's a good thing. Like at the end of the year, you can check and see how much money you spend on your credit cards. And then you can say, okay, yeah, this is about how much money I spend on my credit cards every year. So I don't go out of my way, but yes, I don't see that as being a problem in the long run. Now, like I said, I've changed the way that I think that when I initially started. Like if you're a beginner, yes, you are going to look at it, you're going to be like, wow, 2 points for every dollar spent, 3 points for every dollar spent. I have to spend a lot of money. Well, Newsflash, you're already spending the money. You're just using your debit card or you're using cash because you have everyday needs you spend money on stuff every day. So just change that habit and don't spend any extra. Just change the habit and replace the debit card with your credit card. Okay. Okay, I think we talked a little bit about all that. Okay, Witcher Works, what's going on? Would you downgrade the Chase Sapphire Reserve to the Freedom and then get the Chase Sapphire Preferred to get the bonus? No, I would not do that. Wow. Yeah, no. You want that, well, you want that Chase Sapphire Reserve because it gives you extra benefits. So if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve and you travel, I wouldn't downgrade that card to the Chase Sapphire to the Chase Sapphire to the Chase Freedom card. Yeah, that's you're going in the wrong direction. What I would do though is consider getting one of the business cards if you can qualify for one of those. If you do have a business, I would look at getting one of those. The Chase Inc. Business Preferred card, you get an 80,000 sign up bonus, so it's better than the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So that's what I would look into that. Now, if you're making money outside of your regular job, you might qualify for getting one of the business cards. So that's something to consider. You don't have to have a tax ID or anything. You can use your social security number and just let them know that you have a business on the side. I mow lawns. I make $600 or $1,000 a year or something like that, whatever it is. They are going to look at your income, your total income that you're making. So they take that into consideration as well as your FICO score and all that stuff because you're using your social security number. But I wouldn't downgrade from a Chase Sapphire Reserve to a Chase Freedom. It doesn't make any sense to do that just to get a sign up bonus with a Chase Sapphire Preferred. So go look at the Chase Inc. card. Or, you have the Chase ecosystem. Do you travel? That's my question. And you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, so I would hope that you're traveling. You just didn't jump out and get that card. There are other cards that you can consider getting too. So you don't have to get you can't get the Chase Sapphire Preferred if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but why not get the United card? United Explorer card, 40,000 sign up bonus for that card. Or if you go with the business version, you can get up to 100,000. But you have to spend on that. You have to spend 25,000 in order to top off. So you get 50,000 for, I think might be 5,000 in the first 3 months, and then if you spend a total of 25,000 in 6 months, then you'll get 100,000 points. So I know that's not for everyone, but you'll at least get to 50,000, right? Or you can look at getting the World of Hyatt card. So all these cards, they work with that ecosystem, with the Chase ecosystem. They're all Chase cards. You can use them together for airfare, for hotel stays. So you can work it that way too. You don't have to have that Chase Sapphire Preferred card. Is not, like I was saying in the beginning, it's really not a good card anymore. It just isn't. It doesn't give you anything extra. Getting the Explorer card that I was talking about, the regular Explorer card, you're getting some of the same benefits, 2 points for every dollar spent in some of the same categories. So you don't need to get that card. And I wouldn't be too caught up on, there's 60,000 points that are out there that I can get. Get some other cards that are out there where you can get close to 60,000 or get 50,000, what have you. Because ultimately, if you travel, you're gonna need at some point you're gonna need airfare. At some point, you're going to need hotel stays. So get one of those cards if you don't have one already. Okay. Altered Illusions. It doesn't need to be an alcoholic drink. My drink is coffee. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. When people say a drink of choice, I usually think alcohol. I don't know. But yeah, so non-alcoholic, I like the vitamin water. The XXX one, that stuff is really good. So I drink that like crazy. I used to drink it a lot more. I had to slow down on that because I was drinking way too much of it. But yeah, no, I get it. I just think alcohol when people ask you drink of choice. Jose, what's going on, buddy? Honestly, I think this Chase Sapphire Preserve is trash. Okay, if you spend $10,000 in travel and dining within the first year, you would you would pretty made up the 10,000 gap. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. I agree with that. And I don't push that Chase Sapphire Preferred anymore. I really don't. And you're right. Like if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you can make up that. You can make up that 60,000 very fast. The earn on that card is better than the earn on the Chase Sapphire Preferred. So yeah, that I agree with that. Okay, Brian, what's going on? My business class seat to Japan was just over 10 cents per point, and probably the best 2 nights I've ever taken. I'm hooked now. Yeah, that happens, Brian. That happens. It happened to me, where you don't know what's behind that curtain, right? You know, when you get on the plane. I don't know, it's so funny to me because with the short haul flights, you get on the plane and they have these little curtains. They don't even go all the way to the floor. There's these little curtains that they shut. It reminds me of, I watched a lot of Seinfeld. I used to watch like all the Seinfeld episodes, and the one where Jerry Seinfeld and Elaine, they're getting on a plane, and I guess they were going to do an upgrade, and so he took the upgrade. So he's sitting in first class, business class, whatever, and she's sitting, she's not, and so she's just got all the drama, right, that you would have in the economy, which they play it up, but the drama in the economy, and then he's sitting in first class with a supermodel and all this stuff, and just having a good time, and yeah, you don't know what you're missing. And he even mentioned that to her, like, you've never flown business class or first class, and she was like, no, I haven't. And he's like, well, you don't know what you're missing. But once you start flying business class, first class, especially like good business class, the short haul flight business class, you're not going to get that experience that you'll get if it's like a lie flat seat and you're getting the full on experience, a 10-hour flight where you're able to sleep on the plane and you're able to have a couple of meals on the plane, that kind of stuff. Once you get that treatment, then you'll realize, yeah, you know what? I would prefer to use my points for this and not use my points for economy. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. And you look forward to getting on a plane, when you're flying economy, they're not. I can't remember a time when I'm flying economy where I'm looking forward to getting on a plane. Looking forward to sitting on a plane for 10 hours. Business class, first class, it makes that experience a lot less painful, and I do look forward to it. I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what's on the menu. When I fly economy, I'm like, oh, I better bring some food because this food is probably not going to be any good. So just something to think about. Yeah, once you start doing it, it changes the way you think about travel, like flying. And same thing with the lounge access. Before, I dreaded going to the airport. I still, with Priority Pass lounges, are not the best, okay? But it's still better than the regular terminal. And so I still do look forward to, oh, I want to try this lounge. I've never been here before. Let me try this one. Or now with the restaurant credits, like, oh, I want to go eat now. And so I'm getting to the airport earlier than I've ever gotten before, because before it's I don't want to do it. I don't want to stand in line. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. So I would wait and last minute get to the airport, get through the checkpoint, and then hopefully the plane will be boarding in the next 20 minutes, so I don't have to wait. But now it's like, no, it's opposite. I want to get there early. I want to relax, especially if I'm flying business class or first class, because they have separate lounges. So you fly business class, first class, they have some other lounges. In LAX in Los Angeles Airport, the Star Alliance Lounge, excellent lounge. That lounge is top notch. I have a full on meal and everything, and I look forward to going there. Like this next trip, I'll be flying business class if everything works out right, and I'll get there. Like I'm seriously planning on getting there a lot earlier than I normally do. And I have a plan already. The plan is to go to the Star Alliance Lounge, hang out there for a little bit, go down. It's right, the floor right below it is P.F. Chang's. Go down to P.F. Chang's, eat a meal, and then go back up to the lounge, relax a little bit. And then because every 2 hours it refreshes. So if I get there in enough time, I'll have time to eat at P.F. Chang's, hang out in the lounge, and then go back down to P.F. Chang's and get another meal for my flight. So to take with me. So that's the plan. So we'll have to see how that plays out. But yeah, it just changes the whole way you think about things. It's kind of ridiculous, but once you start flying business class, first class, you'll understand. And now let me say this: they're not all created equal. And I've flown on some business class flights that were just like mediocre at best. The United, the Polaris business class. The experience that I had on my last flight was mediocre. Like I when I flew to Thailand, it was okay. Food was okay. Everything was okay. Nothing was like over the top. So that was just that experience. I'm just putting that out there. So it's not always an amazing experience. And it's funny, if I had never flown business class before, I would have loved it. But now I'm getting, I'm what they call bougie. So now I fly first class, and then I fly this business class flight that I've heard so much about Polaris. I get on the plane and it's like, yeah, it's just okay. And maybe it was just that flight. The customer service did have a little bit to do with it. So I will put that out there. So you get different flight attendants every time you fly. So maybe the experience will be a little bit better. And then the food changes too. The food, maybe what I selected wasn't good. It was like some chicken and rice, and it just was not. It was not good. It wasn't appetizing at all. So we'll see. We'll be flying on United business class again, so I'll have a different experience. Not this next trip, but I'm just saying next year I need to fly overseas again. I didn't do any overseas flights this year, so next year I definitely want to do something new, something other than Colombia. I know you guys hear about that all the time. Okay. All right, guys. Any questions specifically for me? Just put at TEC. And we got up to 50 likes. Thank you very much for helping us out there. And we currently have about 60 people in the room, so I appreciate that. So we are looking good. And if you have not hit the like button, please feel free to do that so we can break some records here. I think the highest likes I've ever gotten a video on a live stream was 75, I think, 75. And Dolly brought that to my attention because I had no idea. Now I can see the likes. I didn't know that I could pull up this screen before, so I wasn't able to really monitor the likes. But now I can kind of see the likes and see all the different stuff that's going on in the live stream. Okay, let's see. Jeremy, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man? John, what's going on? Let's see. Planning on applying for the Chase Sapphire Reserve on the 25th. Good luck, man. Good luck. You should hopefully you'll be fine. You'll get the card, and you'll love it just like we all love it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Jay Hill has a question here. Is it better to directly use your points for business class or paying for economy and using your points for the upgrade? Upgrades, I don't know if those will work. I don't know about using points for upgrades. You'd have to look at each airline, but I don't know if they do that. But using the transfer partners, it makes a lot of sense. It's very affordable. Like I shouldn't say affordable. Using your points, you're going to get a lot of value. Just like Brian was saying, how he was getting like 10 points or 10 cents per point. You can really get a lot of value. For example, business or a true first class overseas flight, 70,000, 75,000. Generally, it's around that, and that's one way. Okay, now that's kind of the standard. Now you can get better deals if you go on awardhacker.com. You type in where you want to go. You can see some different sweet spots where you can use your points to book your airfare on a foreign airline carrier and then fly on a different airline carrier. So you can kind of tweak it and work it that way. But just like a straight flight, if I'm flying on United, I'm flying business class, it's going to probably be a one-way ticket's probably going to be about 70 to 75,000 points. And that's equivalent to, if it's 1 cent per point, that's equivalent to $750. And that's for a first class ticket. A first class ticket, I'm telling you, if it's a true first class ticket, it's probably going to be in the neighborhood of $6,000 each way. So if it's business class, it'll be probably half that. But you can see the value, right? You can see how much your points will go compared to paying $750. You compare $750 to 6,000. That's yeah. You're getting a lot of value for that. All right, we have some new subscribers I want to mention. Let's see, we have John Doe. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And then I can't read this name; it's too small. Egosti. I can't. I hope I'm saying your name right. But yeah, let me see if I can pull it up here if it's closer. Here we go. Yeah, Egosti. All right, thank you for subscribing, guys. I really appreciate it. You should have 50 points in your account, so 50 TEC points. So go ahead and you can check that by hitting the exclamation point points, and then you should see those points in there. Okay. So yeah, I don't know about the upgrades using points. If anyone has done that before, let me know. But I don't know if that's even possible. But I do know just using them using straight points, you can definitely get some good value. And then also look too, some people will top off points. So let's say you have some points in your account. Like I need to do this with my American Airlines points, which I haven't done yet. I need to get rid of those points. I have like 18,000 points there. And they'll do sales. So airlines will do sales so you can buy points. And it's usually not the best value to buy points. But if you need to top off your points, like in my situation, 18,000 points is what I have in the account. I can do one of two things. I can start using that Advantage card more often, which I really don't want to do because the value is really not there. You're getting 2 points for every dollar. I would much rather have my points in the Chase ecosystem compared to having them just with the Advantage, because I don't really fly on American. I don't fly on American Airlines anymore, but I want to use these 18,000 points. So I can top it off. I looked at it the last time. I don't think they were. I don't even think it was a sale. It was just a regular, just to buy them, because you could buy it at any time. But sometimes they'll give you some a sale, like 50% more or something like that. So I think it was going to cost about $160 in order to top off those points. Get the points around 25,000. That's where you want to be. 25,000 is going to give me a round trip ticket anywhere in the U.S. With the exception of Hawaii. So I need to do that, and so I will do that. That way I can. Another thing you can think about too, and we were actually, or not we, but I was looking in the WhatsApp group, and some people were talking about it's cheaper to fly. Like going to Colombia, it's cheaper to fly to Fort Lauderdale than it is to fly from Florida, or to fly from New York, which. What you can do is, if you have points, let's say I have these points with American Airlines, then I can just I can position myself there. So I can just fly out to Florida using those points and then catch a cheap ticket to Colombia, because Colombia is like 2.5 hours from Florida. So you can do that too. So that's another, you have to be creative too. You might come into situations where you don't have the flexibility, or you're not going to have, I'll put it this way, you're not going to have the flexibility that you would have if you're using cash. If I'm booking an airfare using cash, I have a lot of different options. But when you start using points, they're going to throw in a layover here, there. They're going to throw in maybe 2 layovers depending on where you're flying to. And then they might say, well, it'll cost more points if you're flying out of this airport than it'll cost if you're flying out of this airport. So you do have to be flexible. I'm fortunate that I live in Southern California, where we have airports. We have a variety of different airports. We have the Santa Ana Airport that are all pretty much nearby. Santa Ana Airport, Ontario Airport, Los Angeles Airport, Long Beach Airport, Burbank Airport. So there are a lot of different airports in a small area, like within 45 minutes of each other. So I can fly out of all those different airports, and usually when I'm booking my flights, I always put all airports, like nearby airports. That way, if there's some better deals as far as points, like I can use less points, they will put it out there and let me see them. So that's good. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Flashpoint is saying, by the way, I just got out of a 524. Laugh out loud, maybe 2 more Chase cards, then I'll be done with that. Cool, man. So what cards are you thinking about getting? So if you're thinking about 2, which Chase cards are you thinking about getting? Okay. All right, so there, Joe Hill Experience, you have 50 TEC points. All right, so he's checking his points there. And John Doe say, keep up the good work. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I really do. Eddie, what's going on? Haven't seen you in here before. Long-time subscriber, but my first time catching a live chat. Usually asleep. Anyway, off topic, but what's a good entry camera? So it depends on what you want it for. So travel, if it's travel, entry level, let me just say this. I used to be all about Canon, and I was shooting Canon for about 8 years, and then I switched over to Sony, and I love Sony. I absolutely love their cameras. I have a mirrorless camera. I have the A7R III. That is not entry level, but they do have some really good entry level cameras. The 6400 is probably their latest camera that's out. It's also going to depend on what you want to use it for. If you want to use it for photography, strictly photography, then the 6400 is a good camera. If you want video, then you might want to look at some other cameras. But I like you're gonna have good cameras around the level, the entry level good camera, but like a mirrorless camera with interchangeable lenses. They're gonna run anywhere between $800 and $1,000. That's the kind of the standard there. So that's what you should expect to pay. Canon has they have a mirrorless camera that's pretty good for video and for photography. It's the M50, so that's a mirrorless camera. That's a pretty good one. And then let's see, Nikon. I'm not a Nikon fan, so I can't really speak on that. Nikon, they have some mirrorless cameras, but they're very, very expensive. They're in the 2000s and up. So yeah, I would look at Sony, the Sony 6400, and they'll be releasing a new camera too pretty soon, the A7000, which they haven't announced it yet, but it's coming. It's definitely coming. And then plus you can get some older Sony cameras, A7 II, which I think is like $1,000 now, and that's a good camera. That's definitely a good camera for photography as well as video too. So yeah, I would recommend Sony at this point. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. And John Doe's saying, do you get access to travel partners when you get the Sapphire? If you're talking about just the regular Sapphire, then no. But if you have the Sapphire Preferred or Reserve, yes. Let's see. All right, guys, any questions? Go ahead and feel free to put in the chat. I should start putting up, I had to change my little chat box, but for whatever reason, so I have a little smaller chat box now, but the reason that I'm doing this, I like to explain things to you guys when I have a little bit of time, but I'm right here, and if you're watching this on your phone, the chat scrolls up here. And so it's a little annoying if I'm behind the scroll. So if my face is behind the scroll, it's annoying to me. So that's why, but the whole thing is, I haven't been putting up the chat, and I noticed in some of my videos, for whatever reason, maybe it's because I'm editing the video, if I like cut off part of it, then it won't allow you to see the chat anymore. So I want to make sure that I put the chat up, so when I'm talking, you guys will at least be able to follow the chat if they're not showing the chat anymore on a video and a rebroadcast. So, okay, let's see here. Where did we leave off here? All right, let's see. Okay, Julio, any good places to eat that you recommend in Bogota? You know, I've only been to Bogota once, and that was 8 years ago, 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. Wow. Yeah, maybe about 11 years ago, I went to Bogota, and I was there for about 3 days, and I can't remember. I really can't. But, Julio, I don't know when you're going to Bogota, but I'm going to have Afro Guajira on the show again, and she lives in Bogota, and she's Colombian, so she could definitely give you some good places to go eat. So yeah, I'll have her on the show. I don't know exactly. We have to work out our schedules here. I know she's going to be traveling back to her hometown. La Guajira soon, so I don't know when that's all going to take place, but I will have her on the show. And if she's in here right now, say something, Afro Guajira. She says she watches the show, but she's embarrassed to like come on and chat something. But yeah, just let me know you're here. That way I can give you a shout out for your channel. I'll give you a shout out anyway. So Afro Guajira, she has a channel, a YouTube channel, and really good information about Colombia. So if you're ever interested in going to Colombia, especially Bogota, she lives in Bogota. She is a teacher in Bogota, so speaks fluent English, does tours too. So if you wanna know more about travel to Bogota, you can go on a tour with her. And she does Spanish lessons, and I'm actually taking her Spanish lessons right now. So she'll do it like it's like a Zoom on Zoom. So it's like Skype where you can talk back and forth. But I really need to improve my Spanish, so she's going to be my teacher for now until I learn Spanish. But that's not what she teaches. She teaches, I think she teaches biology. So that's her profession. Okay, let's see here. Oh, wow. All right. And I noticed let me see, let me post the link, because I say Afro Guajira and people are like, what does that mean? How do you spell that? So let me just post a link. That way you guys can go over to that channel after you watch the live stream. Please watch my live stream. And then also, I think I did find the poll. I think I can pull the poll up now. Let me see. Because I found a link, and that might allow us to get in there. And then I can do a poll real quick. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, so that link that I just gave you, that's Afro Guajira's channel. So if you just click on there, you can go over to her channel. Subscribe to her channel. She's got, like I said, she has really good content. And if you want to go to South America, you're interested in going to South America in general, then you should definitely watch her channel, because you can learn a lot just about the area, Colombia, and as well as some of the other neighboring areas. Because she travels around, and then also if you want to learn Spanish, she does a really good job of teaching Spanish. And the fact that she speaks English like fluently really helps, because she can, like, one of the things, like, I like going to Colombia, right? And so I want to learn Spanish, Colombian Spanish, if that makes sense. So the Colombian slang, different things, like, for example, in our last session, she was just talking about like how to say donut in Spanish. Well, in Colombia, they don't say donut in Spanish. They say donut, right? So knowing, like, when you learn, like if you go on Duolingo or you go on some of these other things, they're going to teach you how to speak Spanish, but they're not going to tell you, well, yeah, we don't say donut, or we don't say, I can't even remember what the word for donut is in Spanish, but we don't say that, we say donut. And so that kind of stuff, you can learn different things to say and not to say. All right, yeah, this community thing didn't work. Why didn't it work? All right, I'm gonna figure that out, and then we'll do, oh, here it is right here. Don't tell me it was right. Yeah, it was here the whole time. Okay. Let's see. Chase, Sapphire, Reserve. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, so we're gonna do a poll, and I just want to see, at the end of the show, so probably in a little bit, we'll check to see what how the poll came out. So I will post a link to the poll, and it's on Facebook, or Facebook. I'm sorry. God, oh, it's a long day. It's on it's on YouTube, so you can just move over to YouTube and vote. So just vote and let me know why. I just want to know what you guys think about it. Plus, it'll be on our little comment section, so people will be able to chime in. So there's the link. Just go over to that link and then put your vote in. So at the end, we'll be able to see what people think. And I'm pretty sure that most people are going to say, Well, and I don't want to make it. I don't want to. I won't say anything. I don't want to give point people in. I don't want to point you in one direction over another or anything like that. Okay, let's see. Where are we? I lost my place here. Oh wow. Okay, I don't know where we left off here. Dolly, what's going on? See you in the room. Thank you for stopping by. Where did I leave off? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So Flashpoint and I will be having a show tomorrow. So Monday we'll be doing a show. I will promote it out. I don't know exactly what time we're going to do yet. I don't think we've set a time. I know Flashpoint Capital, his name is Jason. I know he wanted to do something a little bit earlier, which I totally understand. We're on different time zones, so 7 for me is I think 9 for him or 10 for him. So yeah, we'll get that all hashed out, and I will put it out. So we'll promote it, but we're going to be doing a show together, and it'll be an ongoing thing. So every Monday we're going to start doing a show. So we'll be talking about travel credit cards, talk about the same topics, but it'll just be a tag team now, and then we'll bring in guests and stuff like that too. So we'll be doing it on my channel one week, then on his channel the other week, and then we'll just kind of go back and forth. So it should be a lot of fun. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we? I don't see. Okay. Any questions specifically for me? Just put at TEC. And if you guys are new in the room and you have not hit the like button, please do so we can bring some more people in. We're at about 56 people. Actually, 56 people in here, 56 likes. So great. I really appreciate the likes. I really do. Okay. All right, guys, let me skip down because we got a lot of stuff on here. Let's see. Dolly said, on a scale of 1 to 10, how badly does it hurt to use your debit card instead of using your credit card? Yeah. For me, it's cash. I never use my debit card at all. Like, I never use it. But those situations where you have to use cash, yeah, that bothers me. Yeah, that bothers me. Or like when you go to a restaurant, and this happens, like I'll go out with coworkers a lot, and we'll go to a restaurant, and we all have cards. And then I usually have a little bit of cash on me, but let's say there is a situation where we have cards, but they say, oh, we can't split the bill or whatever. Sometimes they go to restaurants and they do that for whatever reason. So you have to use cash. I'm like, oh man, but I can get 3 points every dollar spent on this. So what I do sometimes is I'll just, hey, you know what? I'll cover it and just give me your cash. So I'll do that. But yeah, if there's a situation where I have to use cash or I do have to use my debit card, yes, that does. Ooh, that hurts. It does. It's so funny because in the past, didn't think anything of it. I thought debit cards were the best thing in the world. I remember, because I'm old enough to remember when debit cards were not the thing. It was checks. So you go into a grocery store and you're writing checks, and then the whole debit card thing, ATMs started becoming more and more popular, and now we're at a point where debit card, like even before, you had debit cards, but the debit card was just so you can get money out of the bank. So you were still using cash. But then they got the Visa logo, so now you're able to use it as like a, like I guess like you can use it anywhere, like a credit card or whatever. But I remember those days, and I was young. I didn't have a checkbook or anything like that. But I remember going to the grocery store. My mom pulls out the checkbook and she's writing, who do I make this out to? Okay, and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I remember those days. But now it's for me. And then when debit cards came out, that's what I said. I thought they were the best thing because I didn't have to bring cash anymore. I could use a debit card everywhere. But now it's like credit cards. Why aren't you using a credit card? You can earn points with those. And so I've completely changed the way that I think about things. I remember I had a class, and the class basically was about fraud. And so they were just talking about, and I remember this was a Secret Service agent that did the class, and he was saying, I've said this before on the channel, but he was saying anytime, he said, because at that time I was using my debit card for everything, and he said anytime that debit card leaves your eyesight, so if they take it away, don't use that debit card. Use a credit card. So if you're sitting at a restaurant, you already know they're going to bring out that little fold thing, and then you put your credit card and they fold it up and they take it off. You use your credit card, because you will be a victim of fraud at some point. And it's happened to me, where they've taken my debit card information and they've taken money out of my account. It happened. It was like $600 they took out of my account. Of course, the bank was able to give me my money back, but they had to do their little investigation and everything. And if you have outstanding bills that need to be paid, and for one, I didn't ask them for any like credit or anything, because I was fine. But what if you are in a situation where you have bills and they happen to hit the next day? You don't even catch on to the fact that someone took your money out of your account, and all those bills are everything is all messed up now, right? So, and I wouldn't have caught it. They caught it for me. I wouldn't have caught it right away. I wouldn't have caught it until I saw my account, but they caught it. My bank caught it and called me. And the only reason they caught it is, well, I won't say the only reason, but the reason that they caught it is because I used my card in Orange County, and then like 45 minutes away, somebody used my card a couple minutes later at a grocery store. And so that's when they were like, oh, something's wrong here. Using the same card, no, there's something. So that's when they called me. So, yeah. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes I forget what I was saying, and I'm like, what was I talking about? I don't even know. I'm going off on a tangent. So I apologize. So if I ever say, yeah, yeah, then I probably forgot. I probably forgot what we were even discussing. But yeah, the whole debit card, credit card, yeah, it hurts. I don't even know where I was going with it. Ay. Okay, let's go. All right. Jeremy, what's going on, buddy? You need to get some Amex cards. You can write off the annual fee as a business expense for your channel. Yes. I can do that with my ink cards too. So that is true. That is true. But I will get some Amex cards soon. I used to, man, back, when was that? Probably about a year and a half ago, I would get all these Amex Platinum business card offers. They were sending them to me like every couple of months. 100,000 sign-up bonus. Every time. And now I can't get one of those things. I don't see them. But they were sending those things to me all the time. And I think the annual fee, the annual, did they up the annual fee for the business card yet? Because I know it was at $450. I don't know if they upped it yet. But back then, yeah, it was $450, and they would send that to me all the time. I'd get it, and I'd look at it and be like, no, that's all right. I don't need it. I'll wait. And now I don't see them at all anymore. Okay. All right. Thanks, Dolly. She's just schooling you guys up. Yes, just put at TEC if you have a question for me. If not, then I will probably skim past it. I like to skim through the questions or the stuff that's going on in the chat, but I'm looking for TEC. So if you put at TEC, I'll definitely address it. But some of the other stuff, I might just look over it and not answer the question. Let's see. Can you pay tuition with a business card? I don't know. It's been so long since I've been in college. I don't know. I guess it would depend on the college, right? Yeah, you'd have to check. With the business, I mean, I guess if it's related to your business, if you have a business card it's related to your business, I like to see. I have a lot of things that I can purchase at my place that are business related, right? So all the stuff, like even a lot of the stuff that I have here, it's all business related. It's all for my channel or photography related stuff. So I try to make sure that that's what I'm using it for. And me, the way that I think, the reason that I do it that way is because at the end of the year, it's so much easier for me to pull up my business cards and say, okay, this is what I spent on my business this year, as opposed to having some business expenses and then some personal expenses on my business card. So I like to separate them if possible. But a lot of the stuff that I do purchase, I go to, let's say I go to office supply store and I buy a computer or I buy like all that stuff. I use it for my business, but I also use it for personal stuff as well. And even if I'm buying like stuff that at the office supply store, it all kind of goes together is what I'm saying, for the most part. Okay, but yeah, tuition, that would I would be interested. I don't know the answer to that question, but I do know that yeah, if you're paying tuition with your credit card, that's kind of probably not a good thing. I mean, if you could pay it off, yes. If you could pay it off within that month, then you're good. But if you can't pay that off in a month, and I know tuition can be very expensive at times. If you're getting financial aid already, then you use your credit card and then pay it off right away, then that would make sense. But yeah, just using your credit card, yeah, that might be a recipe for disaster. Let's just put it that way. Let's see. Casey said I'm on Y2 of Chase Trifecta, or year 2 of Chase Trifecta, 51K UR earned already. Cool, man. That's good. All right, let's see here. So guys, let's see. This is a good opportunity. If you guys are in the building and you have not hit the like button, please do so. We have a nice group. We've had you guys on here for a while, so we're in the 50s. I'll tell you. Let me tell you a story. I started doing live streams in February. That's when I first started, like doing it seriously. Before that, I would put out a live stream, and then I put out another live stream because I kept messing up. Like every time I come out, put out a live stream, something went wrong, and it's like, oh my God, this is crazy, and I'm on the spot and all this. But I've seen the live streams steadily grow, and I really appreciate that. I mean, usually when I first started, it was like 10 people in the room. 15 would be a good live stream. Then it got to around 20, 25, like a month later, and then that was kind of where it was. And then it moved up a little bit higher to around 30, 35. And now, I mean, I can get 50 and hold 50, which is really good. And then even, I think we went up to 60 tonight. So that's good. I really appreciate that. I see the growth there. And the way that it really works better is the more likes, the more people see that we're doing a live stream and they know that we do a live stream, then the more people will come in and participate. And I'm trying to move around and do different days, not just the Saturday and the Monday, because I want to be able to be out there for people who might not be able to catch it on a Saturday or on a Monday. So, yeah. This is good. This is good. I really appreciate all the support. Let's see. All right. And Mees is saying, I love your background. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It took me a while. It took me a while to get to this point. I will tell you. There's a lot of trial and error going on. A lot of trial and error. Yeah. It's simple things that you wouldn't even really think about, but the whole lighting setup is in itself. It's just like it. I'll go over some of the stuff right now, just so you guys know the lights. So where do we go? Okay, from here. Oh no, this one. This light right here. It's shining on the ground, because if I shine it on the table, it's just going to blow out that little subscribe sign. And then even the lights here, like in the background up there, and then down below, I have these lights. I got them at IKEA. I had to like kind of switch them over because it's too bright if you shine them straight on to something. This light up over here, this is a light that you would put in your closet. So it's like a little LED light that goes in your closet, but it's a nice little accent light. The light down below, I can't do that, down there, that little blue light, it's on a dimmer, because if I have it real bright, then it's overwhelming. You can see it all on my cheek over here. So there's so many different things. You have to like look at it and then change it, and then look at it again, then change it, and then fine tune it. It's wow. Yeah, and then I have another light that is over here, over my shoulder, so it's off camera. You probably can't see that, but it's off camera, and it's just shining. You can see it shining on my face there, and it just kind of separates me from the background. All right, 3-point lighting. You learn that in photography school, and so that's what it's all about. All right, guys, I don't want to bore you guys too much with that. Now, I have another channel that I will be launching, and I've been talking about this for a while, but what I did is I got into the whole, I want to do daily videos on this channel. And so I'm going to pull back a little bit from the whole daily video thing, and I'm still going to do the live streams, and I'll put out videos throughout the week, but it's not going to be like daily videos like I was doing before. I want to focus on, and you'll see the next video that I put out. I might actually put it out tomorrow morning. I'm changing the style up a little bit as far as how I do things with the videos, because I want to add more information. And so I want to do videos where you're getting the information that you need, but I'm not going to do a video every day, because I think before I was doing videos every day, so I was just rushing to try to get a video done. Whereas I want to put a little bit more time into it, a little more thought into it. And David had told me that he really likes the fact that when I do videos that are a little off, they're not a review of a credit card, but they're kind of my thought process, or my thoughts when it comes to a card. So I want to do more of those. I think those are better. They're better suited for most people, because we can all look at different credit card and like do a credit card review on our own, but knowing kind of why I like a card might help you more than just seeing the benefits that the card has, if that makes sense. Okay. So anyway, I'm saying that to say, because I was doing daily videos, I couldn't focus on the other channel that I want to grow. And so I'm going to start focusing some attention on that channel. And that channel is basically, it's called Creator Visuals, and it's all about this stuff, like creating a YouTube set, what cameras to use, all that stuff. So that's what I'm going to have on that channel. I wanted to separate the two channels and not really talk too much about photography and stuff on this channel and video stuff on this channel, but have a separate channel where that's what we talk about. And I go over exactly how I get this stuff to work, in the backgrounds, and what lighting I use, and how to do it on a budget. And there's so much stuff. So if you're interested in like YouTube, doing YouTube videos, or just doing videos in general, there are a lot of people that, I mean, video it's now, but it's going to be the new. I mean, I can't say it's a new thing. It is going to be the staple. It's going to be the thing where companies are going to be. They're going to start creating their own content, and they're already doing it. But what I mean, at a much larger scale, where they can do live streams, and they can do videos, commercials, and stuff like that. Put it on YouTube. It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot cheaper for them. And the audience is there. So video is going to be more and more common, and you'll see other platforms. We've already seen other platforms. Instagram is going to video. Facebook's going to video. YouTube obviously is all about video. So I want to create a channel where that's what we focus on, how to make your videos look professional. On a budget though. Because you can spend a lot of money and have some pretty good results, but on a budget, I do everything on a budget. I don't spend that much on even my camera. Like the camera I'm using, the Panasonic G7, it's like a $500 camera with a lens. And that's an excellent camera, shoots 4K, and it does great. This is the camera I use for live streams and for all the videos that I shoot. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. And then the lighting, like the lighting that I use, it's not very expensive. It's the kit. If you buy the kit, it's like $130. And then you buy the soft boxes and all that good stuff. And everything is I think I've talked about this before. Everything's on a remote. So I can just turn it on, turn it off, those on, turn it off, turn off my set. I can turn my set off, except for this light over here, because that light is on a battery. But I can turn it off, turn it on. Looks like my other little light didn't go on. Come on, blue light. Oh, he doesn't want to work. There he goes. All right. So, yeah, so I'm going to focus more attention on that channel. I just wanted to mention that. So, okay, let's move on here. We're getting off on subjects that we can talk about on the other channel. All right. And Shamrock saying, wow, you have a lot of time. I can't think of one time when I've had 3 hours to lounge in an airport. Well, you should get to an airport. If you're flying international, you should get there 3 hours prior. But I like to get there. I don't have anything to do on that day. When I'm traveling, I make sure that day is like I don't have anything to do but pack and go. So for the most part, I can get to the airport at any time. But I just choose now to get there a little bit earlier because I want to make sure. So 4 hours, that's what I want. I want to get there 4 hours prior to. If I want to go to the restaurants and get that, then maybe go into the lounge and hang out for a little bit. I want to get there 4 hours. Plus, it's less stressful because I'm not rushing. When I get there, I'm not rushing to get to the gate. And I always do the same thing. I'll get there, I'll walk over to the gate just so I know where the gate is, and then I'll walk to the lounge, and then I'll hang out at the lounge, or I'll go to the restaurant, hang out at the restaurant. So I always do that same routine just so I know where it is. And then when I'm in the lounge, another good thing about the lounges, not all of them, but some of the lounges, they will ask you, or they have your information, but sometimes they'll ask you if you want to know when your plane is boarding. And so you can just go and you can kind of relax. If you wanted to take a nap, you could. I don't really recommend it, but if you wanted to, you could, because they will come in and let you know, hey, your flight is boarding. Usually I'm out before that. Like I want to get there before my flight boards. That way I can be one of the first ones on the plane. Okay, let's see. Champ, what's going on, buddy? Okay. And all right, guys, any questions specifically for me, just put at TEC. Casey, about how much UR points did you earn this year so far? You know what? I haven't even done a tally, to be honest with you. Yeah, I haven't even looked at it. I do need to look at that. But you have to understand too, I got some sign-up bonuses. So I have to factor that in. I got 75,000 plus 75,000 for the United Explorer business card, and then the 50,000 that I officially haven't gotten that 50,000 yet from the ink card. So those are the only two cards that I've gotten this year. Yeah, those are the only two cards I got this year. So yeah, so you have to factor that in plus the points. I usually don't even look at it now. Usually I wait until the end of the year. I like to look at it just to see how many points I earn. But yeah, I haven't looked at it yet. Okay. What is Streamlabs doing? Is it blocking somebody? What's going on, Michael? What am I missing? Okay. All right, guys, we're almost at 60 likes. If you are in the building and you have not liked the video, please consider liking the video. That way we can hit 60. That'll be a milestone. 70 is the highest, but 60 is the second. Second highest. Okay, Flashpoint's saying I'm thinking of a business card and then the Hyatt card. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's definitely plenty of those out there. The business card's not gonna, that won't add to your 524, so that's good. So you'll still have a slot. Okay, I lost my place here. Let's work our way back. Where are we? I don't know where I completely lost it here. All right, we're gonna work our way down. I might have skipped a question or two because I'm not exactly sure exactly where we left off. So if I did, I apologize. Just put it back in the chat. I didn't do it on purpose. So if you put at TEC, I will at least address the question. If I don't know it, I'll tell you I don't know the answer to that. I use my credit card for my tuition and books, but pay off immediately. I get reimbursed from my job at the end of my semester. I learned a lot from you, David, about rewards and points and others. That's Mboingo. Cool, man. That's the way to do it. I mean, really, that is the way to do it. Pay your tuition off, and you get reimbursed by your company. That's the way to go. You can earn some points that way for sure. Okay. All right. Asif, what's going on, buddy? When should I apply for the next card if I have a Capital One Platinum for 6 months and got to discover it 1 month ago? It's up to you. It's up to you. And like when it comes down to it, I can tell you what I do. I generally will only get a card when I need one. So if I'm looking at the different cards that are out there, maybe every 3 to 4 months, I'll start looking at different cards. And if I need to get a card, and when I say I need to get a card, I want to get a card that I'm going to use. I'm not going to get a card that I'm not going to use. So I'm not just looking at sign-up bonuses. I'm looking at good cards. The reason that I got the Chase Ink Cash card, it's a good card. So I didn't get it just because of the sign-up bonus. Sign-up bonus was nice, 50,000 points, but I was looking for a card that fit that category. And plus, it's a zero annual fee card, so it's almost a no-brainer. You get the card, you're not paying any annual fee on it. Has a nice sign-up bonus, and it has really good earn possibility with 5 points for every dollar spent at office supply stores. So that's why I went for that card. So that's kind of my routine. I'm not just looking like, oh, I got to get this card, I got to get that card, I got to get this card, I got to get that card. That's not the way that I roll. I like to, what I like to do is wait to see what's going on with the different cards because they're constantly changing. They're constantly changing the benefits and all the stuff that's going on with these different cards, devaluations, and then they do promotions, and then they're doing, so they're constantly, sign-up bonuses are changing. They're constantly doing different things. So I kind of wait it out and just see what's out there, and then I'll get a card. So if I were you, I would just, I don't want to tell people how to do their thing when it comes to getting cards, but that's just what works for me. So if you're like-minded, if you're conservative when it comes to getting credit cards and you're not trying to just get credit cards like churning and getting the sign-up bonuses and just moving to the next card, well then just wait it out and use the points that you have. What some people will do is they just hoard points. They don't use them. They get all these points, they don't use them. Oh, I'm saving it for this big trip. Start using the points. Like if you can, if you're traveling different places, use the points. If you're traveling on business, then nah, I wouldn't use the points. But yeah, if you're traveling on business and you're getting reimbursed, then yes, earn as many points as you want. I think David does that a lot, where he's traveling for business a lot. Earn all those points, and yes, I would hoard those points and then wait for a trip that I can do with those. But if you have little trips here or there, use some points every once in a while. It's always nice. And then it reinforces what you're doing. It makes you feel, it makes me feel like, okay, yeah, I'm doing the right thing. Like I'm able to, even though I'm not traveling anywhere far, I could still go and stay at a Hyatt, 5,000 points, find a Category 1, stay there, 5,000 points. A free night's a free night. It feels good, right? I'm saving money. So now I won't spend a lot of money, or a lot of money. I won't spend use a lot of points when I'm doing stuff domestic, because I do like to do the first class and the business class flight. So I like to save my points for those trips. So there are a lot of situations where I'm paying cash to fly domestic, because let's face it, what, $500-600 at most that you'll spend to fly economy. And that's another thing too. I fly economy when I'm flying in the US, I fly economy. There's no comparison to domestic or legacy carriers or first class. You can't compare them to some of these other foreign airline carriers. They're just above and beyond what we're getting with our legacy carriers. They really, really do a good job on their first class and business class flights. So I want to save points for those flights, and I will pay and do the economy, and if I'm flying in the U.S. Okay, let's see. All right, Altered Illusions. I found this on Flying Blue. Transfer partners, reward tickets can be canceled or changed for a fee of $50. What's that, Europe? Is that the euro? For details, contact customer service. Okay, all right, I mean, I guess that's good. That you can cancel it. It'll cost you, the euro is what's more than the dollar, so it'll cost you a little bit of money. Let's just put it that way to cancel it, but that's good. And then in some situations you can cancel, especially if you have like travel insurance, you can cancel and they won't charge you anything. So that's something else to consider. Okay, Jeremy is asking, are you going to record in 4K? So record like my videos, all my videos will be in 4K. Like all my videos that I put out for this channel and for the other channel, it's all 4K. So I shoot 4K and I put my videos out in 4K. That's it's still 4K is still not, like, how can I say this? It's not the standard yet. We're still on 1080p, but I just choose to put my stuff out in 4K. Eventually, we're all going to go to 4K anyway. Pretty much now, that's the way it is. You turn on the TV, everything is in 4K. So it's just the bandwidth with streaming stuff. It's a little struggle. But I don't know, like Netflix 4K. So yeah, everything I put out's 4K though. All right, let's see. Oh man, I saw the question and I lost it. Here we go. They need to fix this. Like I'm telling you, every time I scroll down and someone asks a question, boom, I lose it. Or not ask it. Every time someone types and I scroll, then it goes all the way to the bottom. They need to fix that. I don't know what they need to do, but okay, Jessica has a question. What's your second channel called again? It's Creator Visuals, and I will pull it up. I'll put a link. So if you guys go over there, just subscribe to the channel. We haven't started yet, but I will be putting stuff out there really soon. I actually have some videos that I already shot, but I just have not put them on the channel yet. When I get it going, I want to get it going. I don't want to like put a video out and then wait a couple of weeks and not have anything out. So I want to have stuff going. I want to have stuff on. I don't want to have too much time in between. And of course, since I haven't done anything with it yet, it's going to be not right there. Where is it? Wow. So I have a lot of work to do to get on the front page because I'm not even close. I don't even see myself. Let's see. I don't think I can switch accounts right now. Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to switch accounts while we're going live right now. But it is Creator Visuals. It's not even... Yeah. I don't know how I would get there other than let's try one more thing. Yeah, I'm not coming up on any of the search. So let's try it. It couldn't hurt to... I'm going to switch my account real quick. So hopefully it doesn't do something crazy, just so I can pull the link up. Okay. You guys are still there, right? What is going on though? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. And let's switch it back. All right. All right. All right. All right. Thanks for being patient, guys. I appreciate it. There is the link. I think that's your link. Yeah. So yeah, jump on over. Hopefully that will take you guys right there. And I need to do some work. I have some work to do to get, like, they're not even showing the channel when you type it in. So that's not good. I need to work on that. So yeah, I will put some videos out very, very soon. So if you guys just go over there, please go over there and subscribe to the channel so we can get the ball rolling. It'll motivate me too more to put stuff out there. But yeah, that is the plan, to have that channel. So if you guys are interested in like learning how to shoot video and stuff like that, I will have that stuff on the channel. I get a lot of, and the reason that I'm creating this channel is I get a lot of compliments on just like the video that I shoot, how professional it looks and all that. And so it has taken me a while. You can go back and look at my videos. There's some really bad ones, very, really bad ones. So I wanna just show you guys how to do that, and because I've learned a lot along the way, and so I can help you out when it comes to that. So that's why I want to create. That's why I'm creating that channel. Okay, let's see. Where are we here? Did that actually go to the right place? I hope it did. Hopefully that link went to the right place, right? Did it? Let me know if that was the right link, because I'm looking at it now. I'm thinking, wait a minute, did that actually work? Yeah, it looks like I got 1 subscriber, so maybe it did. Hopefully that worked out. Okay, let's go ahead and move on here. Any other questions, guys? Go ahead and put it in the chat, and we'll move on down here. Let's see here. And I'm moving relatively quickly. Let's see. Okay, so Vic is saying, I know I still have an extra spot left in 524. I think I'm going to go with the Chase Ink Cash, a card over the Chase Sapphire Reserve first, to stay under 524. After get the business card, I will probably get the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Yeah, that's the way to go. That is definitely the way to go. And that Chase Ink Cash card, like I said, that is an excellent card. That is, right now, that is my favorite card. And I mean, just the earn possibility on the card, the sign-up bonus, the 0 annual fee, like, that card is amazing. And if you have, so with that, and if I remember correctly, you said you had the Freedom card, but you don't have like a Chase Sapphire, you don't have any Chase Sapphire cards. So the correct thing to do is get that Chase Ink Cash, get that sign-up bonus, use that card whenever you can, and then jump in and get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, and then you can transfer those points from the Freedom and from the Chase Ink Cash up to your Chase Sapphire Reserve. So yeah, it's a really, really good card. Altered Illusions, I'm using Ultimate Reward points to get a plane ticket. What if I need to make a date change or a location change? Is it possible to pay the difference or lose out? No, you can do that. You can make a change. But if it takes more points to make that change, then they're probably going to tell you, hey, you need more points. But what I would do, anytime I make changes, and I've done this, I did this when I was flying. I told you guys a story when I flew first class on British Airways. So I just told this yesterday. I was sitting in the back, very back of the plane. I was sitting right next to I had an economy seat on the way back. On the way up, economy. On the way back, economy. That's the way that I booked it, but I wanted to hurry up and book the seat. And so I wasn't even, at that time, I hadn't flown first class before, so I didn't know anything about like that experience, but I always wanted to do it. And so I looked at my seats, because I just booked it last minute. Not last minute, but I booked it just real quick. And so when I looked at my seat, I was like, wow, I'm sitting right next to the restroom. I don't want to do that. And so that's when I called in and I said, is there any way that I can change my seat? And they looked on the plane, and there was really nothing that I wanted. I wanted to sit by a window, but all they had were aisle seats. And I'm just thinking, 10 hours, there's no way I can do that. And so that's when I was thinking, well, I asked them, can I change this, like fly, like do a different flight basically. And so they let me do that. She sent my points back, and then I rebooked, the first class seat. So they'll do things for you if you call them and ask them. They'll help you out. And sometimes if you do it over the phone, they do want to charge you some kind of fee or something. But you can always tell them, I wasn't able to do it online. I tried to do it online, but they didn't allow me to do it online. They'll waive that fee usually. So just something to think about. But I do like to call them because I'm a little funny about stuff when it comes to making changes. Last thing I want to do is mess that up online, and then now I don't. Now I can't. Now I don't have a flight or something. So okay, let's see. David's saying if you want to move up to the big leagues and need a referral code, offer 100,000 for the business platinum link. Okay, I will keep you in mind, David. I will keep you. Actually, I will go to you if I get the business platinum. You'll be the first person that I hit up. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Yeah, I just realized that I went back way up above where I was before, and I hadn't answered those questions, so it's good that I did go back up there. So let's move on here. Okay, so here we are. This is where we left off. Okay, Vic is asking what's the name of the new channel too. I like to sub. Yeah, so I put the link in there. Hopefully that you guys got the link and you're able to subscribe. And like I said, I will be putting out some videos. You know, what I need to do, I just need to put that first video out. Because once I put the first video out, I know already that it's going to push me. I'm like, oh, I got to put more videos out. Because that's how YouTube works. Like, you can't just put a video out and then just leave it alone and not do anything else, because then you won't get, no one's going to watch, because what they're going to see, oh, you only have one video? I don't want to watch this guy. Like, I'm not going to subscribe to him if he only has one video. I saw his video, so why do I need to subscribe? So, okay. Let's see here. Louis, what's going on, buddy? Do you think it's better to cancel my Amex Gold? I'm going to say, before I even read anything else, no. Don't cancel cards. If you can keep the card, keep the card. Downgrade it if you need to. Like, if the annual fee is just killing you, downgrade the card, but do not cancel cards. You want to keep that credit limit open, because that credit limit's going to help you overall with your credit utilization. So don't cancel cards unless you absolutely have to. Okay, so do you think it's better for me to cancel my Amex Gold and get the reserve? I feel like it's devaluation, since I cannot purchase gift cards or airline credits. You can still, I mean, that Amex Gold is still a very good card, and the earn possibility on that card is better than the earn possibility with the reserve. So if you got both cards, like you have the Gold right now and you're using it for grocery stores, you're using it for restaurants, you're really making out good with that. If you want, get the Chase Sapphire Reserve, you're going to be able to get that annual fee on that Chase Sapphire Reserve back. So $300 travel credit. If you travel, you have to travel, but you get the $300 travel credit and then use the card a little bit, you'll be able to get the equivalent to that $450 that you're spending. So I would not cancel that Amex Gold. No, I wouldn't. I would get I would get both, and I would use both and get my value every year. So you're not paying that annual fee. Okay. Darren, what's going on, buddy? Let's see. What would be a good number of points to take a trip to Europe? Also, so it's going to depend on, let's see, do you use points just for air travel? Okay, so it's going to depend on how you want to fly. So if you want to fly economy, it depends on how many people are flying. If it's just you and you want to fly economy, you can easily do it for 70,000 round trip. If you want to fly business class, first class, you're probably going to be in the neighborhood of about 120,000 to fly. Now, when it comes to hotel stays, it depends. It depends on where I'm traveling to. I will look at Airbnbs just to see what the rates are, and if it's somewhere new, if it's somewhere I've never traveled before, and it might be a little bit hard to navigate, like when I say hard to navigate, I mean I can't find an Airbnb in a large city, then I'll probably stay in a hotel. And I'll usually stay at a Hyatt, and I'll try to see if I can really maximize my points when it comes to that. But for the most part, for airfare, if first class, business class, you're going to be around 120 to 140. That's probably going to be the going rate for Europe. And then if you want to do economy, you can do it. You can definitely do it for 70,000. The best way to go though is to get on awardhacker.com, type in that information, where you're going, and then it will spit out some different options for you. And then from there, then you can go on to those airlines directly and see what the value is, how many points it is, because it's showing you it's giving you an idea. It's not telling you exactly how many points you're going to need, but it's pretty good. It's pretty spot on because I've used it before, and I've gone to like United, and it's spot on. It's exactly what they're saying. Okay, let's see here. All right. Okay, guys, let's see here. And Darren's saying it's going to be 2 people traveling. So yeah, you're just double whatever I said. That's pretty much what you'll be looking at if you want to do the business class or first class. And it looks like, so you have 245,000. So that's good. That's really good. So yeah, you would be spending for airfare. You'd probably spend all of those points if you want to fly business class or first class. Now, if you want to do economy, then it will be, you'll still have points left over, and you can do the hotel or something like that if you want to do that. But you can, with 245,000 for 2, and you're doing, let's see, depending on where you're staying, and I didn't catch. Did you say it was Amex points that you had? Yeah, I think you said it's Amex points. Either Amex or Chase. It's pretty much, they're very similar in the value, but. Do the hotel stay. You can do that whole trip for 245 if you're doing economy. If you're flying economy and then you're booking hotels, you should be fine. Now, what I would do is I personally like to use and I think you did ask this question. I like to use my points for airfare. Some people are the opposite. They want to use it for the hotel stays, but I like to use it for airfare. I just feel they go a little bit further, because if I want to fly to Thailand, that ticket economy is like $1,500. Well, I can fly business class. I can use points and do it for. I think my last trip that one was 120, but I did two different airlines. So I flew up United, and then I flew back on a Hainan Air. And Hainan Air, I was using Alaska airline points, and Alaska Airlines is only 50,000 for business class. So Alaska Airlines is a partner of Hainan. That's how I got that all to work out. So booked it on Alaska Airlines, used the points, and then flew on Hainan Air. And that airline, Hainan Air, that's a sleeper airline. People don't hear about that airline. They were ranked 7th overall when it came to the airline rankings, and they are excellent. I mean, we're talking the top 10 airline. Put it this way: JetBlue was 40th, and JetBlue was our highest when it came to U.S. airlines. JetBlue was at the top, and then it got went as 40. So 40th was JetBlue, 41st was Delta, and then all the other airline carriers. United was somewhere in the 60s. American Airlines was somewhere in the 70s. So it just give you an idea of where we rank when it comes to quality, customer service, and all that when it comes to airlines. Now, I don't know exactly how, like this is Star Treks is the one that did the ranking. And I don't know exactly how that whole ranking thing works and all that, but I do know that every year they put out their ranking, and we're usually not in the top 10. So the top 10 airline, they're really, really exceptional. So, Okay. All right, guys. Any other questions? Please feel free to go ahead and put them in the chat. I really appreciate everybody stopping by. You guys got our likes up to 50 like halfway through the show, which is great. Let's check the poll here that I put out. Let's see what people were saying about our little poll. Let's see where. Man, did I do this same thing again? Oh man. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up. Oh, I know where it would be too. Let's see. Go here. Yeah, just gonna pull up the poll real quick, see what people said about. I really like doing these polls, guys. So, you know what's funny? It's not just the. Nobody voted on the poll. Dang, it's showing nothing. Uh-oh. Okay, well, you guys can get to the poll. All right. No, wait. Yeah, no, nobody voted on the poll. Got some thumbs up, but no votes. Okay. Oh, I didn't finish it. Never mind. Oh, I messed it up. Okay. I messed up the poll. Can I edit it? Oh, I can edit it. Okay. I didn't finish it. Oh, I can't do it, I don't think I can. Yeah, I didn't give you guys a yes or no. I am sorry. Oh boy. Silly me, silly me. So usually they give you an option. Chase Sapphire Reserve or Chase Sapphire Preferred. Let's see. So we'll give it a few more minutes. I'll post a link again. I didn't put it. Man, it's been. Okay, so now, and I appreciate the people who chimed in, but I wanted to see the whole layout of the poll. So I'm going to post the link again. So if you guys want to go in and vote, you can vote now. I didn't have it available for you guys to vote before. So that is my mistake. That's funny. I look at it, I'm like, what? Nobody voted. Nobody at all. So I'll post the link right now. So just head on over there. We'll wait a few more minutes just so we can get some people to vote on it. But yeah, I appreciate everybody stopping by. We had a really good show. Maybe I'll start doing Sundays more often. Got a really good. I mean, this was the best show that I had this week so far. Saturday was really good. We got up to 50. We got up to 60 on this show. So I'm still trying to work out like what day is good for most people. And Sunday looks like most people like to tune in on a Sunday. So we might start doing some more Sundays for sure. Okay, so any other questions? I see people checking their points. What are our points looking like anyway? Do we have any new subscribers either? Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay, so Brian's saying, keep doing Sundays. It's my packing time for the week. Cool. Yeah, I'm liking doing Sundays as well. So that'll most likely we'll do some more Sundays. I don't want to say officially, yeah, we're doing Sundays because I haven't decided that much yet. So I don't want to put that out there too early. And David's asking where Brian's off to. You guys travel a lot. I think this is business travel, but I could only imagine that. Man, I've traveled for business a few times, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I don't know. I just feel, I don't know. I've gone to a few conventions. That's what I had to go to. I don't know what you guys are traveling business-wise, but like conventions, I don't like going to conventions. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. When I have to go for work, I don't like doing it. But if it's like on my own, like going to different little conventions and stuff that I want to go to, then that's different. But when you go for business, it's just like for work, I don't really enjoy it. Let's see. Michael's saying that he was packing. He was packing during the live stream too. You guys are all on the move. TEC, you're right. Business travel sucks. Yeah. And I know David's always out there traveling somewhere for business. That is, yeah. Week 60 in Cincinnati. Wow. Crazy, crazy. That's a lot of traveling. All right. Let's refresh here. All right, guys, so we'll be on a few more minutes. So if you do have any other questions or anything like that, please feel free to put it in the chat. Just put at TEC. So far, our poll is, we have 6 votes so far, 83%, which I kind of figured Chase Sapphire Reserve would be what most people would prefer to get. And then we have 17% for the Chase Sapphire Preferred. Yeah, I mean, it's, like I said, I just, if you're going to travel, you're probably going to want to, you're probably going to want that Chase Sapphire Reserve at some point. So why not get it sooner than later? And then if you can work out getting some of the other cards like the Chase Sapphire or the Chase Ink Business Plus or the Chase Ink Business Preferred, the Chase Ink Cash, the Chase Ink Unlimited, if you can get those cards, those sign-up bonuses will really give you some really good perks, or those are some really good sign-up bonuses. And then you have the United card, you have the World of Hyatt card, you have the Marriott card if you want to go that route. You have the IHG card, which they just increased their sign-up bonus. So you have some other cards out there that are Chase that will help you to earn more points. So you don't have to feel like, oh, I need to get the Chase Sapphire Preferred so I can get that 60,000 sign-up bonus, and then I'll just upgrade later down the road. You don't have to do that. That doesn't have to be your strategy. Plus, Chase Sapphire Reserve points, they're worth more. So using it for the travel portal, even though you get 60,000 points with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you only get 50,000 points with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. The points are equal if you're using it for the travel portal. So just understand that. So when I say they're equal, it's $750 value in the travel portal for the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and it's $750 value for the Chase Sapphire Reserve in the travel portal. So if you want to go that travel portal option, then you have that. Okay. So let's see. Let's switch back here. Alrighty. Okay, let's just check the questions one more time. Let's see. Okay, so Julio has a question. I keep applying to field service technician jobs because I want to travel more and rack up points. Yeah, that I mean, it's a good thing if you do travel. It sucks, but you earn points. And my uncle, back in the day, when I didn't know anything about points, I knew he was using points, but I didn't know anything about them. But that's what he was doing. He was able to travel a lot for work. He would use his credit card to make to pay for the travel, and then he'd get reimbursed by his company. And he was earning all these points, and he was traveling all the time. He was going everywhere, and he was using points for a lot of his travel. Okay. And Michael saying biz travel equals hotel points. Okay. And let's see. Vic has a question. Do you think it's worth having the Chase Sapphire Reserve with the Chase Ink Preferred, or do you really only need one? So you only need one, but that sign-up bonus for the Chase Ink Preferred, and I know I tell you guys, oh, actually the Chase Ink Preferred is a good card overall. Like it's a solid card. But that 80,000 sign-up bonus that's really good. But you get 3 point. They have 3 point categories with the Chase Ink Preferred, so it's definitely a card out of the ink cards. It's the best one to get because of the sign-up bonus and then the overall earn possibility. I think it's a really good card. I just like the Chase Ink Cash card because there's 0 annual fee on it, and it has some really good earn possibility as well. But the Chase Ink Preferred gives you that other avenue for travel. So it allows you to transfer your points to different travel partners. So having two, like I have both of them now, it just kind of gives me a little bit more flexibility. So if it did come to a point where I don't have the Chase Sapphire Reserve anymore for whatever reason, but that's not going to happen unless they take it from me or something like that. I don't plan downgrading that card at all, but it is good to have another, a plan B, I guess, when it comes to transfer partners. Okay. Justin, what's going on, buddy? I really like getting the Chase Sapphire Preferred first, and then someone's referral link and swapping referral links. Sadly, no Chase Sapphire Reserve referral. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Chase Sapphire Reserve, they're not offering any referral links right now, which is unfortunate because I would be trying to get those referral links. I don't know what Chase does, why Chase does what they do, but like you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, I should be able to get a referral link. But they don't offer it for all the cards. So there are there's certain cards that I have, I can't get a referral link. The United Explorer, the business card, can't get a referral link for that one. The Chase Ink Unlimited and the Chase Ink Cash, for whatever reason, I'm getting a referral link, but it's for the Chase Ink Unlimited. So the Chase Ink Cash, I'm not getting a referral link for that. I have a link. When I put in all the information, it spits out the Unlimited instead of the Cash. So I don't know why that's happening. Chase Sapphire Preferred, I have a referral link for that one. Just so you guys know, my referral links are all in the description. So if you guys want to check those out, you can check those out in the description. If you're in our Facebook group, we have a separate section where we have referral links there, so you can check those out as well. So try to use a referral link if possible. So use someone's referral link, and then you can post your referral link in the Facebook group, and that way we're helping each other out when it comes to earning a little bit extra. Okay, let's see, any other questions here? And Streamlabs is saying, please like the video. Yes, please like the video, guys. If you guys are in here and you have not liked the video, please give it a like. It helps promote the channel and promote the live stream. So that helps me out a lot if you do that. Thank you very much. Got a little sidetracked. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. That's not working. Okay, Justin's saying MX referral program is really, really strong. They're so generous with allowing anyone to sign up for any card from any card. Okay, yeah. So I have heard that American Express, they are pretty flexible with the sign up bonuses, or not sign up bonuses, but with the referrals. I don't know why I don't know why they're like that. I don't know why they do that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why? You have people promoting your cards, so you should make that available, especially if they have the card. Like, I have the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Let me use that referral link. Okay. All right, guys. Any other questions? We'll be on here for a couple more minutes, so if you do have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat so we can discuss it. And like I said, I'll still be doing my live streams. You probably won't even see much of a difference when it comes to the videos that I put out. But I'm just letting you know it's probably going to be 2 or 3 videos per week plus the live stream. So we'll have we'll have 5 days of videos. So 2 days we won't have videos. Just be aware of that. That is coming down the pipe. And I've done some more research too, because I wanted to see what it was like to do 30 videos in 30 days, and I did that. So I went from July 4th through August 4th. I had some really good response as far as my watch time went way up. Okay, but the subscriber count didn't really go up that much. I mean, it went up a little bit, but it didn't go up that much. But what I'm learning in just doing some more research, you have to kind of give people time to watch the videos. Like, I put out a video every day. You can't watch a video every day. You have other things going on, and you're watching other channels as well, and all that stuff. So the reality is, having a little bit of time in between videos is a good thing, because it gives people the opportunity to watch the video. Like, if they see you every day with the new video, they're like, oh my God, there's too many videos. But if it's like a video and then you have a day in between, then you have another video, then a day in between, it gives people a little bit of time to watch your video. So just something that that I learned. So, okay. All right, guys. Any other questions? We'll check one more time. And I appreciate everybody stopping by. You guys are great. You guys are really supporting the channel, and I really appreciate that. And we are on that road to 10,000. So we're working on that. So please, if you guys have friends who are interested in travel credit cards, please tell them to subscribe. Actually, don't even tell them. Just take their phone and subscribe for them. That's what I do with my friends. I just subscribe for them. And then they'll be like, what? But yeah, just subscribe for them. Or if you have people who are interested in, or they've talked about getting travel reward credit cards, but they're a little skeptical, have them come to our live stream, because they can hear from me as well as all the people in the chat that are telling their different stories of how they use credit cards and what credit cards to get. I think it's really valuable information that comes in the chat. So it's not just me, but the chat will sell them as well. So that's what you do. You get them in there. You tell them, hey, yeah, this is a good deal. Come join the live stream and you'll find out. You'll see that people are actually using points to travel. And then when they say, okay, yeah, that's great, I'm sold, then you give them your referral link. That's how you work it. That is how you do it. Okay, let's see. Justin, do you think that with high spend goals like 25,000 on Chase eCash, that they really don't care so much about buying gift cards? I doubt occasionally spending 25,000. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Justin. I don't know where you go with this. I know you are a manufactured spender, so I don't know where you're going with this. But I always try to be cautious. Okay, and I don't want to give out information, especially if it comes to a situation where I don't want to be. I don't want people to be upset with me because I said, yeah, go ahead, get out there, get these gift cards. You can do this spending here, spending there. And then they do that, and then they lose their account, or they lose their points because they get their account shut down or whatever. I'll tell you what I do. I'm very conservative when it comes to cards. I've always been that way. And I do that because I want to get the benefits, but I don't want to go overboard to be in a situation where something like that does happen, because it's not important. It's not important for me to have 1,000,000 points. It's just not important. I don't need 1,000,000 points. I can travel every year with the points that I have and travel in the style that I like, first class, business class. I don't need to be a millionaire point, whatever they call those people. So that's just my whole take on it. So I know I've heard before people have been in their accounts have been frozen, or their accounts have been shut down due to doing things that were what do they call it? Raised flags to the credit card company. We've heard stories like that. So the easy way for me to avoid that kind of stuff is just to do things on the conservative level and not try to, like, I get gift cards. But I'm getting them because I need them for certain things. But I don't get gift cards to try to manufacture spend and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just my take on the whole thing. Let's see how you know, I think they care too much about the transaction. Yeah, and I don't know, and that's the whole thing, Justin, too. I don't know what they look for. I don't know how they raise, I don't know how they investigate whatever they're doing, you know, to figure out, okay, this person's doing things that we don't like. I don't know what they like, what they don't like, but I can tell you there have been stories. Just go on YouTube and type it in. There have been stories of people having their accounts frozen and stuff for a variety of different reasons, and usually it has to do with some type of spending that is irregular or something. Okay, let's see. Champ, what's going on, buddy? I finally convinced my girlfriend to pick up the Chase Sapphire Preferred / Reserve. Let's see. I'm sold by the Chase Sapphire Preferred's referral bonus and the extra 10,000 from the 60,000 versus the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Let's see. Somebody can use. Okay. Wait. I didn't understand the last part here. 60,000 versus the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Sign up bonus we can use. Am I making a mistake? Wait, I didn't hear everything. I didn't understand everything he said. I'm sold by Chase Sapphire prefers referral bonus. Okay, so and the extra 10,000 from the 6. Yeah, I see, champ. I wouldn't put too much of an emphasis on that 60,000 compared to the 50,000, because like someone was saying in the chat earlier, if you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve and you use that card for everyday spend, you're going to get that. You're going to get that 60,000. Okay, you'll get the 60,000 back just using the card. You're getting 3 points every dollar spent at restaurants, 3 points every dollar spent on travel. So you're going to make that up. So it's not that big of a deal. And when you look at it overall, if you want to use the travel portal, you look at it overall, $750 value with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, $750 value with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So you're getting the same value. And the reason why is you're getting 60,000 points with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, but you're getting 25% more with the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and you're getting 50% more with the Chase Sapphire Reserve. So the numbers are the same if you use the travel portal. Now, if you're using transfer partners, which I do recommend using transfer partners, if you want to fly business class or first class, then it is only going to be 50,000. It's not going to be, you're not going to get any extra value out of that. But using the card, if that's your plan to get that Chase Sapphire Reserve and use the card like your debit card, then you'll earn those points really fast. It's not going to take you too long to make up that 10,000 gap. Okay. Okay. Now, you said referral bonus. I don't know if you're talking about like the refer a friend bonus. If you're talking about that, yeah, that you're not going to get that with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, unfortunately. So if you do have the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you get that referral bonus. So that's one thing you won't get. You won't get with the Chase Sapphire Reserve, at least not right now. All right, guys. Let's see. Any last questions? And then we're going to go ahead and take off for tonight. And we will be back on tomorrow. So the plan tomorrow is I will put out, so I'll let you guys know exactly when we're going to be doing our show tomorrow. DJ, what's going on? Yeah, I'll let you guys know when we're going to put out the show tomorrow. So I'll post it in the WhatsApp group and in the Facebook group, and then you'll have it on here, so you'll be able to see that, that there'll be a live coming up soon. I just don't know the exact time. Usually we do it at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be probably doing a little bit earlier because that it just works out better that way. So we'll be on. We'll be talking about travel credit cards. This is going to be an ongoing show. This is our new plan. We're going to work together. we're going to take over the world together. So that's the whole deal there. Okay. All right, so let's see. DJ's talking with David. All right, guys. Thank you guys very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Please hit the like button on your way out. We got up to 62 likes today, which I really appreciate that. That helps so much with the algorithms. And YouTube will look at it and say, oh, yeah, this is a great video, and we want to get this out to more people. The more people that come in, the more people that get notice of this and come in for our next live stream, it makes it even better because you just have more participation. So that's what we want. All right, guys, thank you for stopping by, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.